Today, Malcolm X would have been 99 years old, and I would have been loved to have heard what he would have said, his thoughts on now black folks run into Trump or being juggled by Biden, all the stuff going on with Puffy or black entertainers that they feel that they don't longer need for on the Hollywood plantation, or the black athletes who are getting vilified but are still field hands on these plantations, or the Hollywood entertainers, or the workforce, or the police brutality, or the corruption, or the politicians, everything that goes on. What will Malcolm X have said about Jasmine Crockett properly breaking off Marjorie Taylor Greene like he did? What would he have said? What would he have said? You have many things to kind of wonder and ponder about a man who had a strong intelligence, elegance of the dictionary, self-reflecting, self-purpose, seems like self-taught. He's a great example of how you reinvent yourself. He's a message to that slave mindset that became Kendrick Lamar and Drake. J. Cole got smart to get out of it. You ask yourself, what is your purpose in your reasoning? How do you become enlightened? Let me tell you something. He represents a segment of people that you can change and that you can evolve spiritually, metaphorically, and symbolically. He would have been 99 years old today. Now, you ask yourself, what he evolved into, he was still aware. Even though he was Brother Shabazz, he was still aware. He was not a man of hate. So let's get that straight. He was a man who saw the hatred and the unenlightened, and he pointed it out. That's what he saw. You see, when you point out truths, people don't always like them, but they can't dispute it because the facts speak for themselves. He came around on Dr. King, and Dr. King actually was started towards his style before he died. Because one thing we learn about America with 3Ks, it's not about content or character, it's always about color. And it is always about the lack of principle and respect. You see the uncouth that's around today. You see the lack of respect. You see the lack of history of knowledge. You see the lack of school being taught the way it's supposed to be. With the technology we have today, I like to think Malcolm X would say, you need to be learning about who you are and not what they're trying to manipulate you with the latest trends and fads. Yes, you can have fun on TikTok and Instagram and these YouTube streets and Facebook and play all the games and Snapchat. However, how do you evolve? What is your evolution? I think that's the thing that you learn about Malcolm X more than anything. Evolution. You get tired of saying the N word, the B word, downplaying and disrespecting your own. You get tired of the slang and the bang and the thing. Sometimes you have to get cultured. Sometimes you have to have a perspective, a purpose. You have to have a point where you centralize, crystallize, and put things into context. It's got to be bigger. And that's what made him so unique. But also the fact he died for what he believed in. Can you do that? People talk about they stand on GP, general principle, but what would they die for? What would their purpose be? What would it be? To live a full life and never really serve or do anything that propelled others and that it showed a light. Because you have to become one and whole to become full. And I like to think that Malcolm X at 99 made an impact. And he'd also tell you to turn off the TV, turn off the computers, and stop being starstruck by false gods. And also stop living vicariously through people that you don't know how their lives are. Because before one becomes in tune they have to go through. And he went through. And one thing to learn about this when I say this, right, is this. No matter how you start, it's how you finish and evolve. You never have to be complacent unless you choose to. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like them. Peace.